Your weekly dose of sound medicine.
Yay!
So Joshua is wearing our extremely bright green Walk for Trees. What is it called? It's the Worldwide Walk for
Worldwide
Trees,
Walk for
which
Trees.
is an annual fundraiser that sponsors the reforestation program in Tamil Nadu in South India. I saw you wearing it. I love it when we match. So I pulled my gross, stinky shirt out of the.
You're not supposed to tell them that,
I
babe.
just believe in
You
total
know.
transparency. So I'm wearing my
It's
stinky,
not that. It's
gross.
not that stinky, dude. She just wore it for a little bit.
I mean, it doesn't smell great, but
I don't smell
I'm just
anything.
showing you that this is an act of love. I think it's both disgusting and romantic at the same time that I would pull out dirty laundry just to match with you.
That's a good way to describe it, then.
Eventually, once we hit a certain age, like, I don't know, 70 or something, I just want like all of our clothes to be matching. And not because I think it's cute, because I think it's absurd. I want to embrace our absurdity,
Okay,
by that age.
you got it, man. You
So
got it.
this week our mantra is the medicine with the mantra. And you do this regularly. Actually, anytime Joshua gets sick, he does this mantra, and I always call you Wolverine because you recover so fast from almost anything. I mean, I can't really remember a time where you've stayed sick for very long, and even things that should have killed most people somehow, it's just like water off of a duck's back with you. And I attribute part of that, I attribute it to a lot of things, but I attribute part of it that as soon as you get sick, you start chanting this
Yeah.
mantra. And I don't even think you do it consciously. I think
No,
as soon
it
as you get,
spontaneously arises.
okay, Mr. Spontaneously
Go ahead.
arises, for the rest of us mere mortals, we actually have to put some effort. Our brain doesn't just, knock out mantras whenever we need it. I think the first time I really got like how fast you recover and how powerful this mantra was the first time you did leech therapy. And like on the second day, your wound was completely healed. Like your wound was where my wound was at, like by day 10, and you had already healed. And I was like, what are you doing? And that's when you're like, oh, I do the medicine Buddha mantra spontaneously. And so, and whenever I get sick, you chant this, and I've fallen in love with it. So, my first question for you, this is going to be a little bit of Q&A for you, Joshua. My first question is, I know that you can jump from multiple ancient traditions when it comes to their sound practices,
Mhm.
and that you can like just as easily use like a Buddhist mantra as you can a Vedic mantra, a traditional like Sanskrit Vedic mantra, and
Yes.
you are just as comfortable using like Sikh mantras, and the same for like Gregorian chants. But I know of all of the traditions, you're the most deeply trained and embedded, both in heart and mind, in the Buddhist tradition as well as in the Vedic tradition.
Yes.
Um, I wanted to know, like, do you experience something different between those two traditions? I'll say the first time that you started doing Buddhist mantras, like for me, it felt different. I don't think I can even qualify it, but it almost felt like they use the voice more as an instrument. Like there was something where the sounds that they were making were so close to the instruments used in like Tibetan Buddhist, sound healing. So similar to like the drums, the bells, like the voice almost became like a part of that. Whereas in the
Mhm.
Vedic mantras, there are times when you're just using the monosyllabic bija mantras,
Yes. Yes.
but there's definitely more of a word formation around like the Vedic mantra. Now that's just like my experience of it, but when you do it, like what's the difference?
Um, that's an interesting question. I never really thought about that before.
Probably should have warned you that I was going to ask that. Huh? I wanted the truth.
You're the catch me on the
I want to catch
spot.
you on the spot, and maybe I mean you can change your mind. You can say something now and then think about it and be like, "Oh, I thought about it and this came." But like, what comes out for you now?
I feel like with the all of the Buddhist mantras, there's this undercurrent of compassion and mindfulness,
Hmm.
where it's when I do whether it's medicine, Buddha mantra, the White Tara mantra, any of those mantras, it's really, for some reason, it really focuses on my awareness. Like it really calms down the mind. It really, really, really settles down the mind in a way that is difficult to explain.
But
Whereas,
is that different though? I mean, I feel that the Vedic mantras are also focused on, I mean, certainly love, devotion, and compassion, I guess would be a form of that. But I mean, I find that, I mean, they certainly do work on the mind. So, like, what is the
well,
difference though?
you got, if you let me finish, then
Sorry,
I was getting to that point,
sorry.
So
I'm so excited about the
I
answer.
know you are. You're jumping around like a little girl in an ice cream shop, waiting for an ice cream
I'm
cone.
really interested in this. It's not very often you can
So,
ask somebody this.
when it comes to the Hindu mantras, I feel like those mantras are it's a very devotional in a different way. It's for me in my experience. I can only speak from my experience. I am coming from um, a place more of a place of devotion and deep seated heart and love. And
When you're doing the Vedic
yeah, the
mantras.
Vedic mantras, to me,
Okay.
it's more of a devotional thing.
Okay. So you feel it
Whereas
like more in your heart then?
I feel both of them in my heart, but with the Buddhist
You're not
mantras,
making this clarifying at all.
it's really difficult. There really isn't that big of a difference, to be honest with you, okay?
But it feels
But,
different. There's
but,
something about it that really does feel
well,
different.
because, okay, so in Buddhism, there's so much about the mind awareness. It's a mindfulness. It's awareness. It's focused on awareness, and that they call it the bodhicitta, right? Which is compassion and primal awareness. Where in Hinduism we look at the soul, what they call the Atma, which is in the heart.
Hmm.
And so doing the Buddhist mantras, it's really focusing on that awareness. I feel like I'm connecting to that universal awareness. Whereas the Hindu mantras, it's about the soul.
Okay.
So
Would you say that with the Buddhist mantras, it's like you're entering that ultimate reality through awareness? And like with the I like calling the Vedic mantras because they predate Hinduism, and so that makes more sense to me, that like they really predate any kind of organized religion. um but for the Vedic mantras, it's like you're entering into the ultimate consciousness or the ultimate truth more through a connection, like a devotional connection to the soul. Like, does that kind of help?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, they're
Even
both
though, even though,
phenomenal.
even though there's like, even though it like with the Buddhist mantras, it's about the awareness. The awareness eventually just leads to love.
That's true.
It just leads to love. So
So is it like a path that you're using kind of as a tool of the mind to eventually get to the heart, and the Vedic mantras are a tool directly where it's like going through the heart? I mean, is that,
that sounds, yeah, that you got it,
well,
girl.
I need something logical. I mean, you know how I am.
Oh, I know how you are.
I'm left
I
brain, you're
know, I
right brain.
very much know
No,
how
because
you
I
are.
can say experientially it's really different, but I can't quite tell you why theoretically they're different. And other people might disagree with our explanation, but at least
Definitely.
that is like been your experience. And that's what I feel like when you're doing the Buddhist mantras. I do feel this different kind of presence, this process happening in my mind. And I still get to the same place, but I feel like I've gone through a different door. And when we do the Vedic mantras, I do feel like there's, a door that opens up, like kind of from the heart, and eventually it same place, but it's definitely different entry points, which I think is fantastic,
Yes.
because for some people I think it might be really hard maybe to enter through the heart, and for others it might be really hard to enter through the mind. And so you have these different tools. But that's what I find, like when even when you're doing the Buddhist mantra, and whenever like you're showing me something, associated with them. Um, we had like a thumbs up all of a sudden go up. I have no idea what that was for, But I guess maybe
We're not even on Zoom.
right. We're not even on Zoom. I don't know where that thumbs up came from. But so maybe
The
that's
universe.
the universe going, yeah, you got
It's
it. I
universal
wonder if it caught
confirmation,
it.
girl.
I wonder if it caught it on
I
there.
love universal
Um,
confirmation.
but so I guess it is just kind of like these different kinds of gateways, because when you do show that, like when you show me some of the ancient chanting, I was like, I can't even tell what is the human voice and what is like coming from the instruments. And in the process, like my mind goes silent,
Yeah.
and in the
Yeah.
process of hearing the Vedic mantras, I would say like my heart kind of expands. Like those are the two
Yes.
different, and eventually it
Yes.
leads to this complete level of, just silent conscious awareness of bliss and joy.
And
The end result is all good.
it's all good. And in Buddhism, no matter what deity or Buddha you're connecting to, it's all compassion and awareness underneath. There's just different ways to express it, different aspects of it, you know?
Yeah, I love the
So,
compassion aspect of it, because I find too, just even working with patients and like my own journey, without the compassion, it's very, very hard. The self-compassion, it's very, very, very hard to heal anything. You have to get to a place of self-compassion,
yeah.
like to really heal.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to set my sankalpa for everybody for the medicine with the mantra that they're about to hear, and that like may the seeds of self-compassion really become a blossoming living energy in your life. What do you want to say?
And for my Sankalpa, the Medicine Buddha mantra, so many of our afflictions, whether they're physical, mental, or anything, they all start in the mind. It all starts in the mind. So my Sankalpa is that anyone who hears this mantra or chants along with it, those negative things are uprooted from their mind, which just translates to healing, love, lots of energy, and lots of joy.
Beautiful. All right.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabhaha Rajaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyata Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahavaisaje Raja Samungate Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabhaha Rajaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyata Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahavaisaje Raja Samungate Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabhaha Rajaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyata Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahavaisaje Raja Samungate Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabhaha Rajaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyata Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahavaisaje Raja Samungate Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabhaha Rajaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyatha Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahavaisaje Rajasamungate Swaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabhaha Rajaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyatha Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahavaisaje Rajasamungate Swaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabhaha Rajaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyatha Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahavaisaje Rajasamungate Swaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabhaha Rajaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyatha Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahavaisaje Rajasamungate Swaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabhaha Rajaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyatha Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahavaisaje Rajasamungate Swaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabhaha Rajaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyatha Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahavaisaje Rajasamungate Swaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabhaha Rajaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyatha Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahavaisaje Rajasamungate Swaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabhaha Rajaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyatha Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahavaisaje Rajasamungate Swaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabha Rajaya Tathagacaya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyata Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahavaisaje Rajasamungate Swaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabhaha Rajaya Tathagacaya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyata Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahavaisaje Rajasamungate Swaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabhaha Rajaya Tathagacaya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyata Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahavaisaje Rajasamungate Swaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabhaha Rajaya Tathagacaya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyata Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahavaisaje Rajasamungate Swaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabhaha Rajaya Tathagacaya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyata Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahavaisaje Rajasamungate Swaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabhaha Rajaya Tathagacaya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyata Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahavaisaje Rajasamungate Swaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabhaha Rajaya Tathagacaya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyata Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahavaisaje Rajasamungate Swaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabhaha Rajaya Tathagacaya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyata Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahavaisaje Rajasamungate Swaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabhaha Rajaya Tathagacaya Arhate samyaksham buddhaya te yatha om vaishaje vaishaje mahabhaishaje rajasamungate swaha. Om namo bhagavate vaishajaya guru vaidurya prabhaha rajaya tathagataya arhate samyaksham buddhaya te yatha om vaishaje vaishaje mahabhaishaje rajasamungate swaha. Om namo bhagavate vaishajaya guru vaidurya prabhaha rajaya tathagataya arhate samyaksham buddhaya te yatha om vaishaje vaishaje mahabhaishaje rajasamungate swaha. Om namo bhagavate vaishajaya guru vaidurya prabhaha rajaya tathagataya arhate samyaksham buddhaya te yatha om vaishaje vaishaje mahabhaishaje rajasamungate swaha. Om namo bhagavate vaishajaya guru vaidurya prabhaha rajaya tathagataya arhate samyaksham buddhaya te yatha om vaishaje vaishaje mahabhaishaje rajasamungate swaha. Om namo bhagavate vaishajaya guru vaidurya prabhaha rajaya tathagataya arhate samyaksham buddhaya te yatha om vaishaje vaishaje mahabhaishaje rajasamungate swaha. Om namo bhagavate vaishajaya guru vaidurya prabhaha rajaya tathagataya arhate samyaksham buddhaya te yatha om vaishaje vaishaje mahabhaishaje rajasamungate swaha. Om namo bhagavate vaishajaya guru vaidurya prabhaha rajaya tathagataya arhate samyaksham buddhaya te yatha om vaishaje vaishaje mahabhaishaje rajasamungate swaha. Om namo bhagavate vaishajaya guru vaidurya prabhaha rajaya tathagataya arhate samyaksham buddhaya Teyata Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahabaishaje Rajasamungate Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabha Rajaya Tathagatsaya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyata Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahabaishaje Rajasamungate Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabha Rajaya Tathagatsaya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyata Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahabaishaje Rajasamungate Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabha Rajaya Tathagatsaya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyata Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahabaishaje Rajasamungate Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabha Rajaya Tathagatsaya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyata Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahabaishaje Rajasamungate Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabha Rajaya Tathagatsaya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyata Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Om Namo Bhagavate Vaishajaya Guru Vaidurya Prabha Rajaya Tathagatsaya Arhate Samyaksham Buddhaya Teyata Om Vaishaje Vaishaje Mahabaishaje Rajasamungate Swaha.